Jay, Nicki, Nas, Ja, 50 just got to say. Run DMC told us to walk this way. Lost Boys, Lex Coops, Beamer Benz, Renee. Got so many legends, make it hot until it boil. Real talk, homie, there's something special in the soil. Salute to the hoods that gave me my ability. I keep it solid as the rock on Farmers and Liberty. Linden and 192, where I spark my pen. House party DJs cutting the blend. Bars spitting like phlegm, I'm the creme de la creme. The culture's in my heart, so the love will never end. All I know is real, I could never pretend. My mind shine bright, so Carnery is a gem. Come again. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. Big worldwide. Big worldwide. Big worldwide. Worldwide. West Coast, worldwide. East Coast, worldwide. Big worldwide. Big worldwide. East Coast, West Coast.
Keeping it poppin' like a pistol, represents South Central. Rolling through your residential, blowing kush out the window. I'm out the west side, the best side. Blue rags on the left side, toe tag for any nigga that try to test mine. Now let's ride. Where you at, you better read the walls, cause if we disagree with y'all, the heat is all you see before we squeeze it off. Come up out your shit, nigga, we need it all. Fuck the police and the law as we proceed to ball. I'm from the city where no pity, where niggas will get you litty. Rest in peace to Biggie, it was fucked up how they did him. But it's the land of the scandalous, the home of the vicious. We live by hood codes, we don't fuck with snitches. Gotta watch these hoes, don't get caught up with these bitches, cause many niggas caught slipping, laying up in ditches. Where I'm from, no, it ain't suspicious. It's the 4 fingers up with the 2 in the middle twisted. Nigga.
East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. Big worldwide. Big worldwide. Big worldwide. Worldwide. West Coast, worldwide. East Coast, worldwide. Big worldwide. Big worldwide. East Coast. I'm in the streets like a moped with gold pads, chasing in slow bread. Old head with pro cash, coke on a snow sled. Ref notes from press coke, fresh off the west coast. Straight shooter like Deathstroke, Sergio Tecco. Recognize, put pressure on guys that testify. Specify my exercise after I weaponize. Who keep protecting his pants? Don't mess with this man. Straight shooter like Kevin Durant. Devour these dummies. All I know is power and money. The chopper is hungry. Legion of Doom, Solomon Grundy. My whole panel is marksman. Dismantle your carcass. Fall all like Hannibal Barcus. Test with the best. Don't make me put the tech to your neck. Reppin' the X. My cartel is Mexican fest. Get rid of you minors. Iron sheep is criminal minded. Subliminal diamonds. Always keep the visual shining. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. Big worldwide. Big worldwide. Big worldwide.
Worldwide, worldwide. You know what that is. Once again, we're here. It's VIGGA Radio. I am your host, Sean Conn. I got Elus with me, the kind genius. What's going on, Elus?
I don't even think my mic is on.
Nah, it's not.
Yeah,
I know. It's all good. Kind genius is in the building.
How you doing, brother? Yeah, we here.
Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very, very special guest with me today by the name of Francesca, but we're going to let you say your Instagram name. First and foremost, how you doing?
Hey, Fancy Cheska #1. That's the Instagram name, Fancy Cheska 1.
Fancy Cheska 1.
Yes.
All right. Well, first and foremost, how did you come up with that Instagram name?
So the joke is Francesca. I don't know if remember that show that used to be on TV. It's like it was a comedy. Her name was the main character. Oh, Fran,
you mean the housemaid?
No, not the housemaid.
Oh,
but she used to. Her name was Francesca, and they called her Fancy. What's the comedian?
Oh, Jamie Foxx show. Foxx. Oh, Fancy.
Right. So at work, people started calling me Fancy because my name was Francesca, and her and I are both Haitian, by the way. So therefore, Fancy Cheska just fit.
What's the name of the actress?
Yeah, I don't know
her last name. Yeah, she's on some talk show now.
She's on some talk show now.
Yeah.
So that's how the name came about, and I added a 1 because one day I fell off Instagram, and somebody tried to take my name. So I was like, okay, we're going to add a 1 to it, and that was that.
Oh, so that's how you got the name. So I'm going to give you a round of applause for that name and for you being on the show VIGGA Radio. I thank you for being on the show. Now, let's get straight to it. You are a woman that wears many hats.
That's right.
Many hats. You're fancy. You're on Instagram. That's one thing. But you're also an entrepreneur.
Definitely, yes.
So I would like to talk about one of your entrepreneur moves, which is in the fashion world, the hair
industry. So I have a company by the name of Hair So Fancy, and we have hair extensions and wigs and all types of beauty products that really help to kind of build and kind of just help women to feel even more confident, right? So hair is beauty upon a woman, you know, even the Bible tells you that. So definitely, why not hair? And I think when we think about hair, people simplify the concept of hair. But for me, like, hair has always been one of those things. When you go to the beauty salon, it's a time to network. It's a time to talk. It's a time to exchange ideas. It's a time for sisterhood, as a matter of fact, you know? Even as a mother combs her child's hair, this is a time for a lot of conversation, a lot of time for teaching her certain things and customs and culture. So hair is definitely very, very, very important in Black culture overall. But as a woman, I believe hair, you know, adds a certain level of, you know, that thing that you need, right? A new hairstyle just kind of makes you feel so great. So definitely, I realized I was pumping so much money into the Asian economy by purchasing hair anyway. And so I decided, you know what, I can do this. I can sell my own hair brand. And I came up with Hair So Fancy, holding on to the name Fancy that I already was using on Instagram. So in terms of branding, the best thing to do is kind of find something, stick to it so that consistency could be there. And I kept up with the Hair So Fancy.
Well, you are fancy and you come bearing gifts. You have a purple bag right there that has something very special in it. And it's something that is also for fashion, for grooming and hair care.
Right. So during COVID-19, I recognized how many men were growing out their beards. And so the best next thing to do was to actually create a product that men could use during the whole time of COVID, right? With the big beards. So I created a men's line of beard products. So therefore, while you are growing out your beard, I think it's really important for you to keep it healthy, and not just the hair itself on your face, but your skin on your face as well, to moisturize it. And it's an all natural product. This is a kit. So I brought him a kit. I didn't even realize he had a beard, right? Until I got here and I ran out to my car. I'm like, oh my God, because you got to walk prepared, right?
Oh,
so I always have everything on me, and I'm like, wow, okay, good. So there you go. He has his kit right there. And of course, the kit all men should have if they have a beard or if they're thinking about growing a beard. This kit has the brush, it has the comb, it has the natural oil, and it has the beard balm. So I'm starting you off right. I'm not saying your beard is not looking decent, but once you start using this right here, HSF Beard for Men, trust me, you're going to hit me up and say, Fancy, you know what you're talking about. You're not just a hair brand.
Okay, Fancy. I mean, you know, my beard was a little dry right now, a little bit, you know. So right now I'm going to definitely take this product and use it. And I know I'm going to have the soul glow.
That's it. The hair is going to be growing out. But you know what? Blame it on the mask. I must say the mask that everybody's putting on is really drying out the skin. It's drying out the hair on your face. So you really need this beard product. And for everyone that's out there, please hit me up, hsfbeard.com as well. So therefore you can have your beard looking right, healthy. And for the men out there, women love soft beards, okay? A rough and rugged beard gets in the way.
Hey.
I'm not going to say much more, but yes.
Look at that. She's fancy. Her voice is sexy. She's telling us what we need to do. Gentlemen, I hope y'all listening. Get your beards right.
That's it.
The ladies don't want no scruffy, ruffly beard.
That's right.
Interfering with things.
That's right. Getting in the way. So besides, the beauty brand and the beard oil, I also work for an advertising company called Trendcatch Advertising. And what we do is we've created a system, or I should say the CEO has created a system where he does digital billboard ads, and these digital billboard ads are placed in local restaurants, in supermarkets. And what happens is, through a repetition system, every time you go there to eat or you shop, you're seeing your billboard ads populate, right? And so with consistency builds trust. And once people trust you, what are they going to do? They're going to use your brand. They're going to reach out to you, because advertising is key with any business that you have. I mean, I just mentioned that I have the hair brand and the beard oil brand. Advertising is key. Branding is important. Without advertising, it's basically impossible to stay in business, because you have so much competition now. So if you're not visible in front of the people that you want to purchase your products or to utilize your services, then you're kind of just like running on a treadmill, right? You're not getting anywhere, basically.
Yeah, definitely treadmill. I say that a lot myself. It's like you have a lot of people out here that's moving around, doing a whole bunch of things, feeling they are, but they're really going nowhere while they're making all this movement, right?
All this moving. And the thing is, you want to work smart and not hard. So with advertising, with Trendcatch advertising, while you're sleeping, people know what your business is about. Okay, like for me, I'm at work during the day, right? Because I also have another job, right? I'm like Amon from that.
Yeah, you got 3 jobs.
I got more than 3 jobs. I'm like Amon, right? I have several jobs. So while I'm at my day job, the ad is playing and people are seeing Hair So Fancy, you know, on the screen, and I'm getting texts, I'm getting calls, so it's amazing to know that those ads are working for me when I cannot be there. And that's what's great about it. So people that are like, for example, I work in Queens, right? My day job.
Shout out to Queens.
Right. So I do market heavy in Queens as well, because there's a large population of the Caribbean community. And what do they need? They need hair, right? So
definitely.
I promote there through Trendcatch advertising as well. So I'm at work and I'll see a number pop up and it'll be someone right in the vicinity of where I'm working. And sometimes I have to rush and do an emergency delivery. My hair is in my car and I just, quickly drop off the hair, like I'm selling something else, right? Because these days, there's no money to be made in the drugs, so you have to find something else to sell and advertise.
We found out back in the day you was a hustler.
I'm Haitian. Of course I was a hustler. What are you talking about? We sell everything. I'll sell
my
poulet.
Yo, Elus, your mic is live now.
Yo.
Con Genius.
I see you shouted out Queens, you know what I mean? Then pointing to me. Shout the Queens.
Queens is in the building, but Brooklyn built the building.
Shout the Queens again, Elus?
Nah, shout to Queens and shout to Brooklyn, but the Bronx keeps creating, and I'm from the Bronx, so I'm definitely gonna rep.
From the Bronx, I've been in the Bronx by accident. One time, a cab driver dropped me off by accident.
By accident,
and I think I was crying in the back seat of the car. I'm like, "Hurry up, please, get me back to Brooklyn."
Definitely been doing bad on the news in past recent years. This is horrible, but
shout out to Queens. The Bronx, I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Y'all might have started the culture and all that, but we took it to new heights, platinum levels beyond and beyond. The most selling platinum records in hip-hop history is Queens.
Con, I see you got my mic on real quick. I'm going to just big you up. You did use the digital board when you went to Atlanta. I went with you about 2-3 months ago, last year, December. Like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And you used the billboard.
Oh, yeah.
You actually filmed it and all that.
I had my billboard in Atlanta while I was doing my album release party. Just was out in LA.
Wait a minute. Now you've met me, so whatever billboards you need needs to come through me.
Okay,
right?
so I gotta go to the
You
boss.
gotta go to the boss lady.
The
Trendcatch
boss lady.
advertising. You need the billboards from me.
Okay, all right. Well, see, now you see that. Now I know who I'm gonna go to when I want some more billboards up.
So you coming to me for beard products, you coming to me for
the
billboard
billboards,
advertising.
And I'm gonna come and educate or help educate the youth.
So, of course, yes. I'm a school teacher as well.
That's what I was getting
I'm a
at.
school teacher as well. I'm an ESL teacher, English as a second language. They recently changed the title to ENL. English as a new language. So the school that I work at currently is junior high school to high school. So I get to be with the babies that are like 12, 13 years old. And then when I get tired, I guess I got to go upstairs and deal with the 17 and the 16-year-olds.
Shout out to my daughter. She's 14 and she just started high school. So
14.
she's right in that mix.
Let me tell you, young people deal with so much emotion. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's like the emotional issues and problems. Well, they're finding themselves, and I think with COVID, and they were home, they were not socializing, they were on the computer, they were interacting only on the computer, TikTok. They didn't really get to interact. So now that they're back in a school building, it's like they have to relearn how to socialize.
Definitely.
You know, I find that there's so much violence now going on in the schools that it's scary. I mean, between the violence with the young people and just lack of motivation, I think when they were home, they would like lay it out on the bed and you know, had their cameras off, so they were not paying attention to what was going on in the class. Now you're asking them to sit for 45 minutes?
Yeah, that's too much for them now.
45. Everybody wants to go to the bathroom.
They were desensitized from school, from the structure, you know, from going through all that, being home, getting too comfortable, being home on their iPad, you know. It's now back to the structure of coming to school, waking up in the morning, walking or traveling to school,
right?
Staying in school,
right?
Going home after school, or maybe an after school program,
right.
Going home and now doing homework, not school work at home.
Wow, it's a lot. I mean,
that's the interesting take. I used to be a chess player, so sometimes I would travel outside of the school. One time I was going for a week, and I came back, and I was lost
for a week.
So I could
right?
just imagine a week. It was 1 week for me, and I could just imagine.
They did like a year and a half, or about something like close
over 2 years, I would say.
Yeah,
because remember, we stayed home, we came back in for a little bit, we went back home.
Yeah.
And so now to get these kids to work in class, I mean, today I had a heartfelt moment with my students, and I said, yo, I'm depressed. And they're like, what happened? You know, what's going on? I'm like, when I come in this building and I see that the class does not want to learn, I'm scared. I'm really scared, because what is going to happen if you're here and you're struggling to do any of the work that you have to do? What type of job are you going to get past high school? What job are you going to get past junior high school? Because even if you're going to start your own business, they're going to rob you. How are you going to count your money? How are you going to read a contract? Okay? Some are like, we're going to play ball. You're going to play ball. You have to know, first of all, you have to make it at least past high school, at least 1 year of college in order to play basketball now.
And still, you still have to be in school, and a lot of school criteria is if you're failing, they don't want you on the team. You still have to pass to be on the team, you know, I mean, unless there's some underhanded nonsense. Like when I was in high school, they did do something for my man. I'm not going to say his name, but he was in the NBA.
Oh, don't be snitching, fam.
No, but I'm not going to say his name. He did make it to the NBA, and he's a world famous person for basketball.
Right.
But
I know exactly who you're talking about now that you said
but
that.
Crazy thing about it,
Right.
in our math class, it was a math class, he was so good,
Right.
and he was out there rolling dice and stuff, not going to class,
Right.
and he still, you know, they did pass him because he was that good, but that's not fair, and that's not right.
Well, let's be honest, right? Every environment does the same thing. I'll be honest, right? The person that does what they're supposed to do, sports gets a lot of funding inside of the school, so depending on the community, if the child is playing well, a lot of people will kind of push them along, right? It happens. It should not happen, but it does happen.
But the good thing about it,
Right.
you know, because, you know, I also used to be out there rolling dice sometimes in school.
So you were rolling dice too? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not going to say I didn't cut class. I did. But I used to like that class because the teacher was cool. He was
Pointing
cool.
at you, Conn.
Listen, I think a lot of people cut class. Olivia never cut class. My daughter's on the honor roll. She's not about that life. She's not going to follow anything that daddy done. But one thing I must say, luckily, and good thing that they did push him forward, because He had an amazing NBA career. He got somewhere very far in this world, and you never know if he never got to play basketball, what would have happened to him.
But here's the thing, though, right? I want us to get out of the situation where we're telling these kids that sports is the only option for them, right? I'm tired of seeing these young black boys thinking that, okay, this is my goal and this is the only option that I have in life, right? To play b-ball. How many of us actually get to play b-ball? We need to redirect our young people to let them know that there are other things that you could do, even if you decide that college is not for you. Because I'm not going to be like unrealistic to say, oh, everybody has to go to college. That just may not be the avenue for everyone. True. But how do we prepare these kids? What type of a trade? Are we telling them go to trade school? Are we telling them start a business that you are interested in? What is the direction? How are we preparing them? Because a lack of preparation is preparation to fail. You know, what is left for these young people if we don't set them up, you know? Give them ideas. Push them in that direction that they need to go to.
I'm going to let you know something, all right?
Let me know.
You need your own radio show because your voice and how you talk and how you command the stage, you need your own radio show. I mean, that may be another thing that you can put in your bucket of
I actually was on a radio show for a while, Bushwick Radio, for a while. And I mean, I may go back, but COVID-19 really just kind of got in the way of a lot of plans. So now we just have to kind of redirect and say where we're going to go. But yes,
well,
at
listen,
one point.
anytime you want to come and be a guest host here with me, I give you the open floor because I like your style.
Thank you.
Now, speaking of style, what we're going to do is we're going to go into another zone and we're going to talk about music.
Right.
Now, you're from Queens.
I'm not originally from Queens. I'm from Brooklyn. I work in Queens. You're just trying to kidnap me.
Listen,
I work in
you're
Queens.
from Queens.
No, I'm not. I work in Queens and get lost. Okay. The only way I know how to get there is just to my job and back home. Like, don't let me have to derail. I will get lost.
I'm going to say you're honorary from Queens, but I will also say I was born in Brooklyn, and when I was 1, I moved to Queens. So we're both from Brooklyn originally.
Okay. East Flatbush, Brooklyn, to be exact.
But we're both from Queens now.
Okay.
I'm gonna graduate you Brooklyn
connection.
to Queens, the BQE right here.
Okay.
This is what it is.
All right.
But speaking about music, and we're speaking about Brooklyn and Queens, two prominent boroughs with music. Shout out to the Bronx. You know what I mean? I always gotta give shout out to the Bronx. He's from the Bronx.
We created it.
They created it.
Basking in the creation.
But we took it to another level. So, growing up, what was the music in your household? What did you listen to growing up? I'm talking about from what you can remember, starting what you first got interested in and what you listen to now. But let's start with what you first started to hear.
I'm going to be honest. My parents didn't really listen to much music. My mom was pretty religious, and my dad was just a laid-back individual. So I think if I wanted to hear music, I would go to my uncle's house. My uncle listened to a lot of old-school, traditional Haitian music. I got into music for myself. I believe maybe in junior high school, I went through my very pro-black stage, and I used to listen to, Eric B. and Rakim, EPMD.
Okay.
Then we had Public Enemy.
Okay.
We had that other group. Remember, they used to say the red, the black, and the green. X-Clan, there we go.
With the key.
With the key, sissies. Right. So I think that's what I used to listen to. But for me, I have an ear that is very multicultural. I'm open to listening to just about anything. I love Haitian. I love Caribbean. I listen to hip hop. I listen to old school. Sadly enough, I even listen to the new rap, although it's probably a little bit on the toxic side at times. Right? It's a little bit on the toxic side. I think I still listen to that. I listen to everything. I think we have to be open-minded in terms of what, we would like to listen to. So I think I'm pretty open to listening to everything.
Well, what I can say, just by the ones that you named, just by the one that you named, right? It was just incredible because you named some of the top hip hop, the most groundbreaking artists. When you said Public Enemy, EPMD, Eric B. and Rakim, these are the artists that transcended hip hop music to a whole nother level.
Definitely.
Lyrically, production wise, creativity, everything. Hold on one second.
So I have a few people that's making comments on my page. One person said soca music for her.
Oh, soca music.
I love soca as well. I mean, can I do it all night? I don't think so. Not all night, Ray, but I can listen to some soca.
Shout out to soca music. 1 second. Con Genius, please. It's all right. What's up, brother?
Well, the speaker that you had playing with the music is connected to my headphones. I just wanted them unmuted so I could hear you guys. That's all.
Oh, so you
had the music playing with the speakers. It's connected together with the headphones.
Oh, I'm sorry for you. I got you. So, how about now? Is it good for you? Okay.
There's probably another connection.
Okay. So, soca music, which your friend just said.
Yeah, Ray said soca music for her. Let's see. I don't mind soca, but I can't do it all night. But you know what I realized? I feel like a lot of times people will listen to one genre of music and just be closed off and not realize that they're losing out. Like, there's such opportunity for you to hear great music, right?
Oh, definitely.
Like, I'm thinking about the Harlem Renaissance, for example, right? And how much great music, blues, and that came out of the Harlem Renaissance. And all from the Harlem Renaissance came hip-hop, actually, came rock and roll, came everything else that people wouldn't even associate with jazz music. So
Cab Calloway. And,
there you go.
And these people that were scatting and
Exactly.
that actually was rapping. Before hip-hop.
Freestyle. That was the original freestyle. Right.
So you can take what the Harlem Renaissance had did, Cab Calloway and those guys, and then mix it with reggae, because you look at the reggae artists, they also are rhyming.
Definitely.
They're chatting, which is also rhyming.
Definitely.
So you blend those two things together with the hip hop culture of b-boy, breakdancing, graffiti. These are the elements of hip hop, or at least the creation.
Fashion. I mean, the music also affects fashion. It affects the language, right? The way we communicate with each other is because of hip hop music. So all these things they're interconnected, right? Definitely. And it all goes back to our culture, right?
Oh, no, definitely. And like you said, and I'm going to touch on that because people do clothe themselves into one sound of music. Me, luckily, growing up in my household, besides the soul music and stuff, in the morning, they would listen to Z100. So I would hear like Cyndi Lauper, and I'd hear like Wham, and I'd hear Phil Collins, and all these artists where I've become a Michael McDonald, big fan of Michael McDonald, big fan of the Bee Gees, so it's just great to be diverse in music, because me as a hip hop artist, you would think, oh, you don't listen to that stuff. I don't really listen to hip hop as much as I listen to other stuff. I might do that, but that's not what I'm comfortable with listening to on the regular. So you do need to be diverse.
Diversity is, yes.
Diversity, that's key. Diversity key. Now, let me ask you this, because, okay, we're going to get back into the fashion and things, because, you got the wonderful beard oil kit that I got to thank you for bringing. I feel special today. What's today's date? I got to mark this on my calendar.
Today is International Women's Day. Okay?
You are the international woman on International Women's Day.
Yes.
Coming with gifts, coming with knowledge, representing the Bronx. No, representing Brooklyn and Queens. I always gotta mess with Elus because he's from the Bronx.
Look, we gotta represent Haiti. I'm representing Haiti.
Representing Haiti.
That's a fact. That's a
first and foremost.
That's a
okay. Now let me ask you this, because you're in the education field. Now, what do you feel is needed in the education field to help our kids, where they are kind of like strung out in different directions now? You got certain things influencing them. Social media now is at an all-time high, where it's like they see things they want to follow or try to emulate, and it's not always a positive thing. So what can we do, on the school side of things in the education field to help stimulate their minds into something positive?
Well, for one, I do believe that our young people need an outlet for expressing their emotions. Because whether we believe it or not, we just threw them back into the school system and we're expecting everything to be okay. And that's just not realistic. So they do need an outlet because I think for me, one thing that I realized is school is probably the only normalcy for a lot of our young people, right? Coming to school, being in the building, getting school lunch, having a teacher that they see, even if it's one teacher that they see that they feel comfortable with, that's an everyday thing. It's a routine. It's a habit. To force them to stay home, a lot of them had no one to connect to, no one to relate to. Let's not think about the young people that were being abused. We have a lot of young people that are experiencing physical, emotional, mental abuse, and now they were home all day, every day, with parents that were under financial stress, right? Because once your children are home, you're spending at least $200, $300, $400 more on groceries, if not more, depending on how many children you have. So definitely we need to bring some counseling into the school. And I'm not talking about just a little bit of counseling. Now they're asking teachers to do social emotional learning. So we're therapists now, basically. And if you love your students and you love your job, you're going to do it anyway. It's going to be something natural for you to do a check-in every day. But to expect that your teachers are going to be the only source of behavioral health for these young people is just like not realistic. So that would be the first step. The second step is bringing in extracurricular activities. Like for me, my young people, I create a space for them where they could sing, they could dance, they could perform. We could do creative things because, yes, academics is important, definitely. But if we do not provide these young people with culture, if we don't celebrate their culture, they don't feel like they're part of a community. You know, if you're only telling them learn, and not allowing them to kind of tap into that cultural part, that fun part. They remove music in most of the schools, right? Music is gone. There's no drama in most of the schools. So what else is left for these young people to express themselves, right? True. You're sitting them down, you're telling them to read, write, and that's it. And they're not getting that outlet. For me, the best way to teach young people is that allowing them to be creative. Because they don't even realize that they're learning. That's the thing. They're learning. They're enjoying themselves. Yeah. Like I've put on plays at my school about, for Black History Month where we're talking about slavery. We're talking the Great Migration in terms of the Harlem Renaissance. And they're enjoying it because they're creating artwork. They're creating posters. And then they're in another classroom and the topic comes up and they're looking at me like, yes, I get to tell them what I learned about from your class. So yes, I think making it fun, bringing creativity, counseling, that's what's definitely needed. And providing another outlet for our young people that may not be able to get into college or maybe feel like college is just not the place. What type of trade are we preparing these young people for? Why can't they be electricians? Why can't they be plumbers, right? Why can't they be carpenters? I believe removing these things out of the school system was just another tactic to destroy us, and I don't want to get into this kind of, the man is against us, but removing those aspects of the school system really negatively impacted our young Black men, for sure. Definitely.
And I did not know that they removed all of those programs.
Yeah.
I really didn't know that. And, which makes me understand even more so why so many kids are getting into all these other things, trying to find something to do, and it's not like it was when we were younger. Kids don't go outside and play on the block. They don't play little lamppost football or baseball or
kids don't go outside anymore.
They don't play. They don't go outside and play.
Kids are home, they're on TikTok, they're watching Facebook, they're taking nude pictures. I mean, there's so many just inappropriate behavior happening now because the young people are basically raising themselves, right? Parents aren't home, parents are in the other room while the young people are on the phone. And now because of all of the COVID and virtual classes, parents just assume, oh, they're on the phone, they're on the computer, they're taking a class, they're reading a book. I don't have to really watch out for them. And the behavior and the things that the young people are involved in has just gotten reckless. I have someone that chimed in and they said that the whole family needs therapy by now. So it's not just the young people, right? It's the mom, it's the dad, it's everyone that's in the home that needs to really get some type of counseling done. COVID has really had, negative impact on the whole family, not just the young people. I totally agree. No, I totally agree, Ms. Couture.
No, great take right there, because this is true. Like you had mentioned, parents spending more money on food because their kids are home.
Right.
But not only are they just spending more money on food, they're spending less time at work because a lot of the time they have to be around for their child.
Right.
So they may have had to go into some type of part-time thing or take certain days off and not bringing in as much as they were.
Right.
And a lot of the time, even they may, unless they're working from home because of the situation that was going on, sometimes that was the thing. But you do need your space and freedom. As a child, you need that exit. You need some freedom, a different environment. Even as a parent, you need a different environment. You need what they call me time. You need that as an adult. So it can drive you stir crazy as an adult as well. So that's great that she mentioned that, because it impacted the entire family structure. So that is something that we have to think about. But now that things are changing somewhat, like I said before outside, I was saying that it seems like our bodies are kind of adjusting to what's going on. The human race is meant to survive through thick and thin, so hopefully as we progress through the years now, we can start getting back into living normality, like just getting back into what was good and fun, things that you enjoy doing. For a long time, people couldn't go to the movie theater. Like, you know what I mean?
I haven't been to the movies
This is
before COVID.
See, maybe you're not. Oh, speaking of, and we're gonna segue. We're gonna turn the corner real quick because we're talking about movies. Okay. What was the last movie that you saw in the theaters, not on HBO Max or any of those type of things? Yeah.
The last one that I really remember paying attention to was Black Panther. It was a school trip, and we actually closed off the Jamaica movie theater for my school. So I reached out because I'm fancy, right? So if my students are coming to see a show, we got to close off the movie theater. We got to shut it down. So we got the Jamaica movie theater to shut down. So it was just my school in the building. And that was really great. The kids were,
Oh, that's a great movie. I mean,
it was a great movie. The kids enjoyed it.
I'm wearing a Black Panther hoodie at the moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
We're going to say that. And, that is, well, that's good that they did get to do that, have that experience, because that was a worldwide phenomenon when that happened. You had people wearing dashikis. We taught
it as a school lesson where we compared Wakanda to Africa. So the concept was that Africa had a lot of resources, and which is really true, right?
Is true.
Resources that other parts of the world wanted, and they actually came to Africa to get these resources. So that was the comparison that was made when we taught the school lesson in order to make it a quote unquote academic trip, right? And the kids really enjoyed it. It was great. I mean, you had the troublemaking kids that were yelling out, to some of the, I guess, white teachers, what they would say. I saw them like, calm down. Let's not start a race war here now. But I think the children really enjoyed it. They had a good time. I myself had a good time. I believe I had my dashiki on when I went to go see it.
Well, I mean, no, I saw online, I saw people from all races, all walks of life coming in there with African gowns on and stuff. So, it was just a cultural phenomenon, actually.
Right.
Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. I'm actually, like I said, I'm rocking my Black Panther hoodie right now. But I'm a big comic book fan. Grew up collecting them. So, it's just amazing to see these things come to life. Now, speaking of movies, what is your favorite all-time movie?
My favorite all-time movie?
Or the movie that you just can't get enough of. You can watch 100 times and never get tired of it.
This sounds really silly, right? but Dirty Dancing. I could watch it like over and over again because of the music. But have you ever paid attention to the soundtrack?
Great soundtrack. I had the time of my life and all those records. Yeah,
great soundtrack, to be honest. So I think that might be why I just can't get enough of Dirty Dancing. And I'm thinking, Do the Right Thing. I can watch that over and over again. Every time I watch it, it's like a new, like I've never seen it because I catch a different piece that I'd never even noticed before. School Days, I watched that a few times as well. And again, it's like now that I'm an adult and I have knowledge of certain things, it means something else to me every time I see it. So, and Rambo. That's my favorite. Don't laugh at me.
Laugh at you?
Don't laugh at me.
I'm your best friend right now.
Rambo.
First Blood.
My favorite line, anybody who knows me will say, "You drew first blood."
Wow. Okay.
So
wow. No. That's a great thing.
I love that one. And
movie.
I actually like what's the movie with the guy whose daughter was kidnapped and he has to go out and
you talking about I Will Find You and I Will, that
I have some special set of skills. Mm-hmm. I will find you. Yeah. Yes.
No, Taken was great. So okay.
There you go. What about you? What about you?
All-time favorite movies. See, now that the comic book genre is the biggest thing out, it's like I can't get enough of that only because the stories that I used to read on paper are now coming to life. So these are some of my favorite movies. But if I want to say outside of that genre, which is only about 12, well, maybe 20 years old, we'll say that. But it's been really big for the last 10, 15 years, Outside of that, I'd have to say like Indiana Jones, Star Wars, The Godfather, Scarface was a great movie.
Oh, Scarface is definitely a great movie.
So,
yes.
Those movies. But then again, like I said, I'm so much into action films and things of that nature. I can't really think of like a quote unquote great movie because these are all great movies to me. It's it's opinionated. It's like what you feel a great movie. So, but I have a question because I have a question and we'll close out after this next round of questions. But with your products actually, right now, let's say you are your beard is not quite growing how you want it to grow.
Right, I'm listening.
Right, and you want to kind of get it there, like you want to make it fill out more. Maybe it's patchy, maybe it doesn't grow in certain spots and everything. Do you have anything that is good for someone that's having issues with growing a beard to grow a beard?
So the beard oil actually helps to grow the
Conn,
beard.
stop throwing subs. He's throwing subs. I'm a baby face. I can't grow facial hair.
Well, so there's a lot of factors to be considered for men that cannot
I was going to tell you.
I'm all ears.
I wanted you. I wasn't good. I was saying it so he could listen, but he wanted to blow himself up.
So there's a few components for you to consider, right? So genetically speaking, some people are in a better position to grow a beard based on genetics, right? They just have hair. Their family grows hair. Their mother got hair on their face. Everybody in the house got hair. So that's genetics, right? You can't fight genetics. You can't fight it. The second one is your diet, right? So you may have to make sure you're taking in the right foods to help your hair grow, right? So vitamin C, vitamin E, you're eating natural foods.
What you eating? What you eating, Lou?
Write all this down.
Okay. Yeah, vitamin C, vitamin D. Yeah, there's certain foods you got to take in. Water is essential. You really do need to drink water because if you're not drinking water, that means your skin is dry. That means your hair is not going to grow. It's not hydrated. It's not going to grow properly.
Hydrated.
Yes. And then, of course, you got to purchase your HSF beard products, right? Because the oils in it are all natural. So it helps to grow the hair. It helps to also keep it shiny, right? From within, not just on the surface, which is the hair, right? Some products just concentrate on the hair itself, where HSF beard focuses in on the skin, right? Because the skin is what actually aids you in growing hair, no matter what type of hair you're trying to grow. Because if your pores are clogged, you can't grow hair, right? If you're not providing nutrients to the skin, right, on your face, you're not going to grow hair.
You're not going to grow hair.
And the balm, the beard balm that's in there helps so that your face does not look patchy. Because a lot of men that grow it, it does grow and it's straggly. It's not full.
Get that balm. Get that balm, son.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Put that oil on the shrubs. You know what I'm saying? And see what happens. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get with this.
And
son.
it takes time, you know, because I watched a lot of guys start out right before COVID and then they purchase products from me. And as you watch, it does grow, but it takes time like anything else. Men get serious about their beard now. Like I had one client, he's like, bring me at least 6 of the oils, 7 of the oils, because I want to make sure I have them for a few months. I don't know when I'm going to be back in town. He's a trucker. So he drives and he leaves town. So he's like, I need the products, you know, he's on the road most of the time. So it's not like, okay, he could mail it. He's like, I'm in New York. Please bring me X amount because I'm going to be on the road for a while. You got to be serious about it, but you could do it.
You could do it, and you got to be serious about it.
Paul's making fun, but I believe you.
Nah, he can do it because my man, you know,
That's been a dream of mine, you know?
sometimes he gets down. You
So
know
wait
what I
a
mean?
minute. So was it a sub or you really trying to help him?
I'm trying to help my brother.
You trying to help him?
I didn't. If you noticed, I was saying the things right.
Okay.
But I
That's why I
wasn't
looked up. I
mentioning.
had to get on the
I
mic.
wasn't mentioning any name. The guilty factor in his soul had told him, "That's me. That's me. My beard is not growing."
It's not growing. How long have you been trying to grow the beard?
Well, I've never really tried.
So you didn't try. He's telling you didn't try.
But it is genetics. My father has, no
Peach
face
fuzz.
beard.
He has peach fuzz.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
But this is the same guy
Grandfather too.
that will hate on the bearded brothers like myself and be like, "Oh man, F that beard, man," and all this other
I'm
stuff.
sure you, like in your students, it's just psychology. I hate what I can't be. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
we're here for you at HSF Beard. We're here for you. We
HSF
understand.
beard is here
Let me
for
get some
you.
beard balm. I'm gonna try this out.
We're here for you. But we understand that it takes work, right? Nothing grows easy.
Get your subscription. You have to.
He's telling you buy a year's supply, my dude.
Make sure from now into the summer, so when summertime hit, your beard is glistening in the sun.
Women love beards now, I'm hearing.
They really do.
You hear that?
Okay?
Don't remind
If you
me,
want
you know?
yourself
Holla at me, ladies.
If you want a shorty, a few shorties, you gotta grow that beard.
A few shorties.
A few
Hey,
shorties.
shorty that's on the live, holla at your boy. I got a beard. You know what I'm saying?
I can't do that.
Nah, hey, holla at me. I got
gonna
a
be like,
beard.
where's that?
And my beard about to be better than ever.
That's it.
Ever.
You're gonna have a sock passe beard in a real
I'm about
quick
to have
minute.
a cypher beard. It's going down. So, Con Genius, do me a favor. Get your beard game up. Come on, man. This summer, we're going to be the beard gang, all right?
He focused. He already on my website, y'all. He
Yeah,
ordering the products right now.
Okay, yeah. Buy the product now. So now, let me ask you this, because you do so many things. You have these wonderful care products. You're an educator. You're a boss.
Advertising, billboard.
Billboards is all over the place, right? What aspirations do you have in the future that you want to accomplish? Because this is VIGGA Radio. VIGGA stands for Very Intelligent Getting Goals Accomplished.
Right,
That's
right.
the acronym. What goals do you look to accomplish in your near future?
Wow. Let's see. I believe that sometimes when you're not certain what the next step is, the creator has a way of aligning people and placing them right in your universe, right? To make things happen. And when I say universe, because we are all living in these separate little worlds, right? You have your own separate life. He has his. But when it's time for the worlds to collide, like you don't have to even seek the person as long as your spirit is speaking it, right? That I want greater
vibes.
things,
He's preaching.
right? Sometimes that's what I'll do. I'll sit down and I'll meditate and I'll say, these are the certain things that I want. And I kind of just lay back. And the creator makes things happen. There's certain things that are in motion right now. They've been set into motion, and I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not going to say a whole lot, but with the advertising company, Trendcatch Advertising, we're going to be helping a very influential person hopefully get into office. And so that's going to be one of the big projects.
Okay, well that sounds kind of cool right there.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the big projects that I'm working on. And of course, my hair company, we're pushing it to the next level. My hair ambassador is Stunna Dior. I'm not sure if you know about her. She's in hip hop as well. Stunna Dior. She's gorgeous. She's really just pounding the pavement. So I'm sure you've heard of her.
Was she an artist? Like
she's
10
a
years
rapper.
ago? Yeah, I've seen her perform.
The Stunna Dior,
I've seen her
gorgeous,
perform. I've seen her
gorgeous
Sounds familiar,
African
yeah.
sister.
I've seen her perform.
And so I'm working very closely with her. She's doing a great job with the brand. She's amazing. Like, she's gorgeous. And I think sisterhood is so important. So I think for me, whatever the next step is for me, it's always going to be working with women and building on sisterhood, working so that we can be better, bigger, and stronger. So it'll be something connected to that. And then, of course, giving back to the young people. Even if I'm not directly in education, I will still be working with the young people. I'm in the process of starting a non-for-profit right now where I'm going to be working with kids on a holistic level in terms of their emotional, their social, and just kind of help to build them and to grow them into strong, powerful adults. That's something that I'm working on. It's been something that I've been thinking about for years, but I actually, set out to make it happen. So, I hope I see money in my future. The creator is telling me he sees a whole lot of it. So hopefully, and I just want to be happy with whatever I'm doing, and I want to give back. I think I can't completely be happy unless I am giving back to the universe. So I'm focused on trying to give back and not always just taking,
Well, you gave a lot, and I'm very grateful that you did. And, like I said, you're just a lot in one. You're a one-woman army.
He said I'm a lot. Oh, my God. All right.
No, this is a good thing.
It's a good thing?
This is
Okay.
a good thing. No.
I'm listening.
No. When I say that, I say that in the best way possible.
Okay.
A lot meaning a lot of great things, though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You're doing a lot of good things. You are going to get all the abundance that you deserve, and you will see, because you are on the right path. Mm-hmm. You're doing the right things. You're talking about meditation, all the right principles you're speaking on, so you're in the right direction. It's all part of your journey.
Definitely.
So you're definitely there. What I want you to do, I want you to let everybody know that's watching us, that's listening to us, where they can follow you, your website, and everything that they need to know to get to you, because I'm going to let y'all know right now, I'm going to be using these products, and sooner or later, I might even be modeling for a company showing my beard in its effervescence.
We don't have a male brand ambassador yet, so maybe.
Holla at Connery, I'm right here.
So in terms of, if you're looking for the best hair extensions out there, Hair So Fancy is the place to go. So that's hair, Hair, so, S-O, fancy, FANCY.com. We have hair extensions, we have wigs, just about anything that you want, we can definitely get it for you. Often people would send me a picture and say, is this possible? Yes, I can get it for you. And we also customize wigs. So if you need a wig that is made specifically for you, I can get it. And of course, we have our beard line. That's HSFbeard.com, where we sell beard oil, beard